Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and now the news in details. Police detained me for 8 days because my husband criticized Lai Mohammed, the wife says. In this interview with Eniola Akinkwuotu, Mrs. Dorcas Jola-Yemi, the wife of a journalist detained for criticizing Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, recounts a 8-day ordeal in the custody of the Kwara State Police Command. A human rights organization claimed you spent 8 days in police detention because of your husband's poem, which was critical of the Minister of Information and Culture. Lai Mohammed, can you narrate the event that led to your arrest? On April 29, 2020, policemen came to my house in Ilorin, Kwara State, but I was not at home. I had gone to visit my brother-in-law. I was told that when they realized I was not at home, they came to my brother-in-law's house in Hilo's van. There were about 4 policemen all together. They said they had come to arrest me, and I stood up. They kept asking me where my phone was, and I told them it was with my son. They said I must follow them to their station with my phone. And eventually, I got the phone and we left. On getting to the State Criminal Investigation Department, they began to interrogate me. They asked why I obstructed the arrest of my husband. I asked them what they meant by that. They asked me when last I spoke with my husband, and I told them I spoke with him in the morning. They said they wanted to arrest my husband, and they fled to Maru in Kwara State. They said I was the one who advised him to run away and switch off his phone. They played a recording of my phone conversation with my husband. Apparently, they had bugged my phone and that of my husband. I admitted that, indeed, I told my husband to run away, but it wasn't a crime because I didn't harbor him. I only asked him not to come home, which is what a typical wife would do. I heard the police wanted to arrest him, and I didn't know the reason why they wanted to arrest him. I told him to run away because I wanted him to be safe. They said for that, I would pay for it. I was brought before their boss, and the man insulted me, calling me a stupid woman. He said I should not have advised my husband to run away. The man said I would pay for it, and they took my statement. I was there from April 29 to May 6. What exactly was your husband accused of doing? While I was in detention, they played a recording of the poem that was recited by my husband. They asked if I could confirm if the voice belonged to my husband, and I said it was his voice. They said, how could my husband be insulting Lai Mohammed, a minister? They said it was Lai Mohammed that ordered them to arrest him. When you were in detention, were you tortured by the police? My experience in police custody was horrible. It was my older sister that was bringing food to me. I wasn't allowed to communicate with anybody. They didn't let me speak with my son. I slept on the corridor of the toilet. The place was horrible. I couldn't sleep most of the time because of mosquitoes. I would stay awake most nights to ward off the mosquito. Did you have access to your lawyer during that period? No. They didn't even allow me to talk to anyone, not even to my lawyer. Did the police also arrested other relatives of yours? My husband's younger brother, Mr. Joseph Jola-Yemi, was arrested on April 28. He was arrested because of my husband. At the time of his arrest, he was accused of possessing a stolen cell phone. However, on getting to the SCID, he was interrogated. The police asked him questions about my husband. They subsequently played a phone conversation he had with my husband. It was obvious that his phone had also been bugged. My brother's older brother, John Jola-Yemi, was also arrested. Who took care of your children in your absence? My brother-in-law's wife was the one that took care of them. Did you bribe the police before you were released? When my husband finally presented himself a week later, we were released. He came with a lawyer, so we signed some documents. I can't really say what happened afterwards. I don't know if the police were giving money or not. My brothers-in-law may know. Has your health been since your release? My two brothers-in-law and I were all hospitalized. After we were released, we spent about a week in hospital. We had severe malaria. It was a dramatic experience. The last time I saw or spoke to my husband was on May 5, 2020, the day he turned himself in at the SCID. On Thursday, which was May 7, he was taken to Abuja, and since then he has remained there. Sincerely, I don't even know if he is alive or not because I have no access to him. Even his brothers are getting information about him from third parties. I don't know whether he is sick or well. I worry about him every day. According to my brothers-in-law, they sent representatives to plead with Lai Mohammed to drop the case. They said the Oba of Ilala in Kwara State and some other traditional rulers had gone to the minister to plead with him, but he has refused to respond. Some even went to the minister's hometown in Oro to plead with elders in his community, but there has been no positive response. You can see the way our leaders are taking judgment into their hands. You can imagine somebody made a poem and spoke about Lai Mohammed negatively. Does it warrant Lai Mohammed who must have arrested his family and even arrested him at the end of the day? What kind of government do we have? What kind of Nigerian leaders do we have? You can imagine this. They now took an innocent woman. They detained him for few days, for more than a week, because of his husband, because of her husband. This is not fair enough. This is not fair. This is to tell you that we have a government, we have an authoritarian government. Who is Lai Mohammed who must have arrested an innocent woman, for God's sake? To must have arrested a man that just gave a poem? This is uncalled for. This is uncalled for at all, because if it is proper in democratic dispensation, I'm telling you, the past administration of Jonathan should have jailed Lai Mohammed for his utterances against Jonathan. But what happened? But maturity displayed by the past federal government of Goodluck Jonathan shows that we were under civilian rules. Unlike today, this is military rules, for God's sake. But one thing I surely believe is that what goes round must surely comes back. Because these people are just taking laws into their hands. This is unfair. Lai Mohammed just decided to do this to a poor people because he knows that they are poor. Everybody has a freedom of speech. Why would they arrest somebody because of what he said? And that's the problem that we have in the country. Whenever you say the truth like this, they take laws into their hands. They do whatever they want to do. They believe that nobody can query them for whatever they do. You know, a lot of people were just saying that I plead with Amnesty International to step in immediately and secure the journalist's release. It is a big shame and disgrace that the Nigerian police and other security apparatus allow themselves a willing tools for these arrogant, corrupt politicians like Lai Mohammed to use them hunt innocent and vulnerable Nigerians. In fact, it is a national shame. I pray that God will fight for Nigerians to violently uproot these wicked animals, and the IGB should call his men to order to take the detained journalist to court if they have strong evidence against him. Else, release him immediately. Trust me, these people are just taking laws into their hands, and it is unfair on the innocent family because of the utterances. This is not good at all. It is not good. We don't even understand the kind of government that we have. And this is the same Lai Mohammed who abused and called the former President Goodluck Jonathan all sorts of names. But who arrested him then? Nobody. But cannot tolerate other people insulting him. And I believe that a day is coming when he will be made to account for all his evil deeds when his party was in opposition. You know, it is unfair. It is unfair the way our leaders are operating their government. So guys, what is your own take about this? What do you think? Your comment is highly appreciated. And kindly drop your comment at the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We'll say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And also please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will be the first person to watch our latest news. God bless you once again. Always stay safe. Thank you.